and welcome to the River District Podcast. I'm your host, Viveca Gravel, Community Development Coordinator for the City of Owen Sound and the River District, and I'm here with my friend, Agella Kodopulos. How are you?
Oh, I'm so good. How are you?
Did I say that right?
Of course you did.
Yes!
Yeah.
All right, today's done. You just take it from here. I'm good. So welcome.
Where do I start?
You're like, spinning out. No, it's all good. Thanks for joining us. You are the owner of Studio 1437.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate you. It's cool.
I appreciate you.
Oh, God bless you. Never done one of these before.
So no. We're good to go. So Studio 1437 is a tattoo shop in all its essence. Now, I've had the luxury of being in there before, and it is one heck of a space. I love it so much. It's eclectic, a little weird, but in such a great way.
Yeah.
Interesting. You can never see the same thing twice when you're looking at a wall.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
And you are the owner. So tell me a little bit about Studio 1437.
Well, okay, where do I start? So basically, the thing I'm trying to do with my shop is I'm just trying to be a part of, changing the dynamic and the, stereotypes of what tattoo shops kind of are.
Yeah.
So basically, when you think of a tattoo shop, you think of you're going to go get something, you think you're going into kind of like a cave, not necessarily a cave, but, somewhere dark. It might be a little uncomfortable. Whereas if you're coming into my shop, I want to make it very inviting, very comfortable, greeted by everybody. It feels like summertime, nice and bright. You're coming in there, you don't feel like you're getting a tattoo. And that's kind of what I love to do. And I love knowing that people are coming in and they love being there and they're just comfortable and their anxieties can go away. And
it's also not a shop filled with dudes.
That's the best part. That's the best part.
It is an all-woman run shop, which I think is really interesting.
Yeah.
And I love that you've brought it to the River District, yourself as the owner. And then, of course, you've got Lisa, Holly, and Emma, who all work with you.
Ever.
The best crew. They're just a riot.
Just gems.
And I myself, my little story about Studio 1437 is I walked in there to introduce myself not too long ago and ended up booking a tattoo for the same day. And I still having a hard time figuring out exactly how it all happened so quickly. But I walked in and I said, I have another tattoo and I'm looking for something kind of like this, but I want it kind of like that. You know what I mean? And it just was whipped up in about 12 seconds. Oh, you mean like this? And it was exactly what I wanted. I was like, yes, please. Oh, cool. When could I book that in? Well, I have an appointment at 4:00. Do you want to come in?
Yeah. Well, it's awesome.
Okay.
Because the girls, they're so, I'm very happy to have them because we're all so motivated to just, let's do it. Like anything you want. Or it's like I can fit you in today or I can fit you in a month from now. But no matter what, I like your idea and I like the vibe. It's just good. It's nicer coming into a group of women that you don't feel pressured with. You know what I mean? You feel like a friend when you're in there.
Absolutely. And honestly, I know some people choose to get tattoos on more intimate parts of their body. And the fact that you don't have a ground floor studio is very welcoming for somebody who wants to have a piece of art put on their body in maybe a more intimate place, but doesn't want the whole world looking.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. It's like I've worked in 2 shops before this one, and everything, it's so open and everyone could just walk in off the street, right? So when I was looking around here to open something, that's the one thing I didn't want. No matter what, I really didn't want a street shop for that reason. I didn't want randoms coming in, especially because my clientele's 95% women, and the trends and stuff. People get them, around their bodies, in ribs and around their butts and stuff like that. And it's like you want it to feel, that you want to know that no one's going to come in and look at you and whatnot. You know what I mean? So
it's not a sexual thing per se. It's just,
and it shouldn't be.
No, it's just a piece of art on your own body that you want to either keep for yourself or share with somebody special. But you don't need somebody random coming in off the street.
Yeah. Totally. And it's when you're getting a tattoo in a shop, even me, if I've gone somewhere, the tattoo I got from that place, I always remember the experience, right? So if the little that it is or the big that it is, I want them to know that they got it from someone who, and a place where, they could come again if they want to, and they'd know that they weren't treated in like a weird way. Like, you know, if they wanted on their butt or something, you know, they know that no one's going to be there looking at them like, oh, she's got a tattoo on her butt. Let's take a look at her butt. Like, that shouldn't ever be a thing.
No, absolutely not. And it's not to say that other tattoo places are wrong in their dealings and stuff like that. It's just providing a different option for those people who don't want to go into your, you know, standard tattoo places and that kind of thing. So tell me a little bit about your history. How did you come to be a tattoo artist?
So I actually found it out really early, which was really special to me. So when I was in high school, like obviously when I was younger, I would do a lot of art. I used to build a lot of Legos. That was a big thing for me too. So I loved doing things with my hands. And when I was 15 or 16, my mom actually showed me the show Ink Master.
Oh no, trouble.
Oh man. After that, I was gone. I was like, that's it. That's what I need to do. And
that's a fun show.
It's true. Cause like you never really think about it. Cause like when you're in school, you know what a tattoo is, but that show really showed me what it really actually could be and the differences of what, you know, art can truly be on someone forever with their own story. And it's insane. So that Christmas, my mom actually bought me a kit online somewhere. I don't know where she got it, but she got me a kit. I tattooed my hand that one night. Obviously, it didn't stay for longer than 12 hours. And I used to tattoo, spare me, my friends in my basement, because why wouldn't you?
Well, we all got up to a few things when we were younger.
For sure. And then when I moved to Owen Sound when I was 17, I didn't really know what I was doing, but I did want to pursue that. And then I actually started at Zapp's in kind of the beginning of 2018, and it kind of went from there. And then I went to Dutch Ink just down the street there.
Yeah, Zapp's used to be the place. That was the only place in town. I mean, that's where I got my piercings as a teenager and all that kind of stuff. That was the place to go.
Seriously. And that's the place that I only knew also. Because Dutch wasn't even a thing at the time. So, yeah, I was there for 8 months. And then I was actually supposed to move back to Hamilton for a bit. That didn't work out, so I stayed in town. And Dan, I knew him from like mutual friends and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, you know, would you like to do it here? And I'm like, sure. And then I came in, was there for 3 years. And then COVID kind of cut that short for like a year and a half almost. And then I got offered a spot actually in Hermosa. I loved them, and they wanted like, oh, why don't you come work here? And I'm like, well, I love it there, but I'm like, if I'm going to move, I should just open my own thing. Yeah. And then this place that I have now is actually the 7th place I looked at.
Oh my goodness.
Downtown here. And the renovations took, oh my God, like 8 months to change the place.
Oh my goodness.
And then it's now what it is today, which is really cool.
Well, I mean, so worth it. I mean, just to give you guys a verbal kind of description of what the place looks like, you go up a set of stairs because it is on the 2nd floor. It's very private. There's a locked entrance that you get a code for once you've made an appointment and all that kind of stuff. And you walk in and there's a desk, but then there's this massive mural. And I'm sure if you follow them on Instagram, massive mural of a heart and a tattoo gun and 1437. Does it say Studio 1430 or just 14?
Just the number, yeah.
And then you look around and all the walls are painted kind of, well, some are dark blue and they have all these gold accents and really cool, just antique things and just, I don't know, it's so cool. And then the beds are all kind of lined up. There's only 3 of them, right? A couch and the girls are all there just kind of designing and hanging out, and immediately you're greeted by a dog sometimes and you're like, well, this is the best behaved dog I've ever met in my life.
He's the best, George. Shout out. Shout out, George. I know you're watching.
Yeah, he's on his own Spotify and he's just like, hey, yeah, I'm listening to this podcast. Anyways, yeah, and everybody's just really cool and really chill and you feel so welcome. And then, like I said, with my tattoo, it was just kind of like, oh yeah, I kind of want something like this. And then your artist just kind of like, go to work. Yeah. And it's incredible. And even I noticed there's art on your ceiling. Yeah. So when you're laying down, I mean, I was laying on my stomach, I think, because of where my tattoo is. But when you're laying on your back or you're sitting up, you can look up at the ceiling and there's just pieces of art.
It's cool because it's like I didn't always have that, and I was running out of wall space.
The floor is next.
Oh, the floor. Full painted dragon one day. Who knows? But the ceiling, oh, for sure. Like, if everyone's, always laying down on their back, they don't want to look at popcorn ceiling the whole time. So it's
No.
like, why not put some cool stuff up there? And I already ordered some more stuff, so the ceiling's going to be covered eventually too.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
No, I love it. And you women are always forever tattooing each other.
Oh yeah, for sure. Holly just tattooed my neck the other day.
Yeah.
So
No, I love it.
Yeah,
And you
it
do, I bet.
nothing big, just a little word, but
Yeah.
still,
but you guys do such an array of different kinds of art, right? And tattoos, like everything from very, very fine lines, cursive. God knows who can do cursive these days, but good on ya. And to much more chunky kind of
kind of like traditional style,
Yeah.
or like bold or black
Yeah.
line work, stuff like that. It's cool. It's really fun to be able to do different things. Like we can't do everything, obviously, but it's fun to be able to do a lot of different things because everyone wants something different all the time. So
Yeah.
and it's fun mixing it up all the time. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Like if you look at your person, you've got everything. Well, you've got a kitten on one arm, and you've got a couple
More cats on the other side.
koi or something. Or?
Oh, it's my mercat.
It's a mercat. Of course it is.
It's a mercat, mermaid cat. Yeah. So even me, like I'm totally opposite, right? Like I love this arm is pretty much me. Like I love just line work and I can always appreciate that, like just line work, fine line, black and gray. And this side is more of like an ode just to tattooing in general, like kind of a part of where it came from, like just traditional bold color, bold will hold type thing. That's a myth. Everything holds, but but yeah, like I love the difference. I love the contrast. And
So you've been tattooing now for
about 4.5 years.
4.5 years. Has the industry, I mean, other than COVID, obviously, but has the industry changed? Have tools changed? Has ink changed since you really started into it?
Since I started, yeah, they change all the time. Like a new, the biggest, newest piece of equipment is just the tattoo machine pens. So the really quiet ones that we work with.
Oh.
So when you were in, did you notice that there was no sound?
No.
There was no.
I didn't really pay attention, but that's weird because I remember getting my first tattoo and it was
Loud.
like that kind of standard noise that you would put with a tattoo.
Yeah.
So there's not that noise anymore.
No. So basically, it's just like a little pen, and it's a rotary machine, so it makes a lot less sound. And they're more gentle, and they get the job done, but they're great. They're so silent. They're so nice. We all use the exact same thing.
They all go as deep in the skin. It all lasts the same amount of time.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
It's great. And they're just a lot easier on the skin than the traditional machines. I mean, everyone works a bit different, and each machine kind of does a different thing. But the old machines, that the really loud ones, they, can traditionally really go a little harder onto the skin, where the pens, they're designed to be a lot softer and to cause a lot, well, I wouldn't say a lot, but to cause significantly less damage than kind of what like a regular machine would.
Interesting.
Yeah, because the old ones they would hit, right? Like they're meant to just go in.
Yes,
and
I
stay
remember fondly.
Don't we all? Yeah. Unfortunately. Like the pens are different. Inks are totally vegan and everything, which is super great. So many different colors have become a thing, and even just covering and just keeping everything sanitary, cleaning. Like there's so many amazing new things that were made for tattoo artists' benefit, so.
Well, I feel like tattooing and the artistry and stuff like that has become so mainstream now. It used to be, bikers would get tattoos and, all those kinds of misconceptions that, you were hard or you were a sailor or something like that. But now, quite literally, everyone has a tattoo. Every mom that I hang out with, my age group, has a tattoo.
It feels like you can meet more people that have tattoos than people that don't have them.
Almost at this point, yeah.
Yeah, truly.
Especially in like a certain demographic, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. and it's nice. So kind of going back to like, the stereotypes of tattooing, it's like it doesn't have to feel like bikers and whatnot anymore.
Yeah.
Like everyone can get them. Everyone can be accepted for what they want. Like, someone could come in wanting a big scary tiger, or someone could come in just wanting a little tiny rose. Like no one has to feel judged for, wanting small little things or wanting big things. If people think, they could be like insignificant or they don't have a meaning, it doesn't matter. If you want it, you think it's beautiful, then do what you want. It's your body.
Yeah.
It's great. And you should be tattooed by someone that can support that.
Absolutely.
And that's what we try and do.
I love that.
Yeah.
So really quickly before we wrap things up here, is there anything people should know that you don't tattoo? Like either specific designs or areas of the body?
Like me specifically? Or
anybody
just
on your
kind of
team
in general?
Yeah.
I'm a bit different. I'll tattoo anywhere if you want me to. I'm a bit different. The girls, they probably won't get anywhere too near, the downstairs area.
Sure.
Because not everybody would really want to engage in that.
That's fair.
When it comes to like specific things, anything, obviously no racism and stuff like that. Like
Sure.
no hate or stuff like that. But there's some styles that can be very challenging to do. Like there's some stuff that I won't take on if someone asks me. Like I'm not a portrait artist, for example. Like I won't take on a face. I mean, I'll take on a face if it's not of somebody specific.
Sure.
Or like, for example, like Japanese, like that's a very specific type of style, has a lot of rules, has a lot of things that can go wrong. I don't take everything with that. Or I'll tattoo anything, honestly. If it's just something I know that I can't really do, I won't do it because I don't want to give someone
false hope that it's going to be great.
Exactly. So same with the girls. They're both apprentices right now, so they won't be able to take everything. But they're both super motivated and they want to take what they can right now. But they know I'm trying to not let them make the same mistakes that I did when I was learning and just take everything and
Sure.
and then mess up something or go a little too deep, when I was learning. So I'm trying to teach them to take it slow, do what you totally can, grow from there.
Absolutely. Well, that sounds fantastic. Yeah. So on that note, if somebody wants to get a tattoo, how do they get a hold of you?
So again, we're all a little different. So me specifically, since I'm a little bit busier, I open my books a couple times a year, and we all do it the same way where you fill out a form for what you're wanting. So it's basically just kind of like an online consultation, or we have email as well, which for some people don't have social media and can't access the forms. They can just email. So the forms, it just starts off by asking, okay, who you are, we need a contact, what are you looking to get? It lets you upload pictures. What size would you like? It lets you upload like a placement size picture.
Okay.
Or like a placement of where you want to put it type picture, and just ask you like a bunch of questions on about it. Like, do you want it black and gray and whatnot? Emma and Holly, they're right now maybe like a month at a time. They're always taking people. Whereas like me, I open my books like this year was crazy. It was only 6 months at a time, which was a bit much. But it's usually like 2 or 3 months I open them. And that's probably the easiest way, is just to reach out to us either through email or through Instagram. That's our main source.
So how do we find you on Instagram?
So me, I am atats, Tatts, not to be confused with Atats Design.
Okay.
The car that drives around.
Okay.
Or Emma is fallen_tattoos with two underscores.
Yeah, underscore tattoos, not one underscore, because that'll bring you to somebody else as well.
I know, it's terrible. And Holly is Pain Tattoo. I'm pretty sure she has a period in between pain and tattoo.
And it's Payne.
Payne. Yeah, that's her last name. And then Lisa's just our fun little assistant.
Yeah,
so.
and what's that email?
The email is studio1437info@gmail.com.
That's perfect.
That's it.
Well, and you know what? You were so nervous coming in here. You thought this was going to be a big deal, but guess what? We're out of time. That's it.
Wow. That was so great.
So thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. Again, make sure you check them out on Instagram. Most of their portfolios are on there. Oh, and very quickly, I have to mention, you guys were so awesome when you came to our first wheel-in ride.
Oh, that was so
great. And it helped all the kids put on their little tattoos, their stick-on tattoos and stuff. Man, that was the best. So I'm signing you up again for next summer.
Sure.
100%. That's your job. You're invited as of right now. But yes, thank you so much for joining me today on the River District podcast. I've had so much fun, and I'm sure we could go on for hours.
Oh, probably. Well, thanks for having me, and I'm happy I didn't
mess it up.
Yeah. I hope I didn't blow it. I hope I didn't swear at all. So.
No, I don't think so. Maybe. We'll have to review the tapes. But
I think
to all of you out there, remember you can reach us on our socials at River District OS. Of course, our website at owensoundriverdistrict.ca. And thank you all for listening today to the River District podcast. I am your host, Viveca Gravel, Community Development Coordinator for the City of Owen Sound and the River District. And we'll see you next time.